Well, hello, 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 and welcome, my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs, to your new moon to full moon next reading for February to March 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, and very, very happy to be serving my earth sign brothers and sisters, me being the Virgo that I am. If you are new to my channel, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, whatever you feel like, because why? I'm the fun one. That's why. I can deliver the harsh with enough humor that you can actually get, oh, somehow this is for my good. Thank you, Mark Angelo Lyons, Male for short. Been doing it since I'm 12 years old. I'm going to be 52. That's 40 years in reading people. Girl, let's get down to business. This is a general read, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We're only looking at 8 cards from 4 different decks. And one of those decks, we're going to pull 5 cards, Fire, Earth, Air, Water, Spirit, with the element spread, which is why the word element spread is in the description, right? So because I included Mercury with these, this is why this is not a traditional what do I need read for new moon to full moon next, which I do tons of. I think they're very, very helpful and very, very important in a way, so that you can go before the divine and say, hey, I have no idea what's really going on. What do I need, right? Not where am I, not how am I doing, what do I need in this moment. But for this period of time, considering Mercury is retrograde and will go direct, when the moon goes full, oddly enough, on the 9th of March. Now, what's odd about that is that the moon will be in Virgo, which is also ruled by Mercury. So you might want to go check your Mercury retrograde read in tandem with this one. About a week or so has passed since I did those, give or take a day. So this should be interesting. They should kind of mirror each other, or at least fit together. Cool, cool. So let's get down to business here. If you can please be conscious of your breath while we're doing this, I will do the same. So that I don't tangent too much, so that I slow it down enough, so that the guidance and grace that comes through that still point, that silent bell that is rung in the heart, the divine can speak through me in a sense of at least giving me the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, and the empathic, intuitive whoosy-what's-us to get you as much clarity as possible. For a Mercury retrograde, that seems to be giving people a lot of difficulties. So let's get you through this as gracefully as we can. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, we're going to start with the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. Just one card for the angels to kind of say, here, focus on this, right? Because retrograde is, what do I need to rethink? What do I need to relearn? What do I have to heal? These are the Healing with the Angels Oracle. What do I have to revisit? That kind of thing. So to give you like an angel card as sort of like a foundation to then build off of, I think you'll find some merit in it. So all the decks that I read are in the description box all the way at the bottom. Go look at the other links on the way down, because I put some good stuff in there for you all. Alrighty. Here we go. Deep breath. Still point. My angels, please, one card in clarity for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury signs. What do they need to look at? What's the main message from the angelic kingdom to the Capricorns incarnate on the planet? In terms of this new moon to full moon next, considering, oh, that one slid right out, it was just one, considering the Mercury retrogradeness of it all from this new moon to full moon next. You're so lucky, my Caps. Divine guidance. Not just the guidance of your own gut, right? Your own ancestral, well, where I come from, this is where my people do it, and this is how we... This is about the divine communicating with you directly, right? Now, if it comes through signs and synchronicities, there's a card in that deck called Signs for that. This is more like just relaxing into knowing that you are being guided and that you can't get it wrong. Look, if the divine wants you to make a left turn, but you only will make a right, it will just give you 3 more rights to make a left, because 2 wrongs don't make a right, 3 lefts do. Something like that. If you do it in your head, it works that way. I tried it once. It worked that way. Yeah, 2 wrongs don't make a right, 3 lefts make a right. I inverted it. Welcome to Mercury retrograde. So just know there's something here about divine guidance that, you don't have to believe in divine guidance, but if you're open to playing the game of it and say, all right, I'm being guided, doesn't mean you're going to necessarily get what you want, but you will grow, heal, learn, and evolve. That's why people don't like the idea of divine guidance, because they tried it once and their ego needs weren't met, right? What they wanted, they didn't get what they want, so screw that. But intuition and guidance isn't about getting you what you want. It's about getting you to be who you incarnated to be in this life. Chipping away the excess marble so the true divine work of art you are can be revealed. Here comes the element spread part. We're going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot to clarify this to an extent. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. This deck I'm using for the voices of the divine masculine and divine feminine in terms of my pantheons of gods and goddesses. Let's see what they got to say. Nice deep breath. Still point. Oh, my goddesses and gods, do I feel that? Wow. Okay, please. One card for the element of fire for this Capricorn collective new moon to full moon next. What is it that they need to relook at with their element of fire, what they desire? In their element of earth, what is it they need to reassess, revisit, right? Replan, reinvestigate with what it is that they have right now. Please, their element of earth. Keeping in mind this is all about the divine guidance of it all. Please, my goddesses and gods, one for their element of air, particularly with that Mercury retrograde. What do they need to rethink, review in the element of air of the mind? In terms of the element of water, what are the emotions, the intuitions, the gut hits, the feelings that they need to sort of re-dive into, reconsider, re-feel, or release, right? That they might have been holding down. It's a great way to look at that. What is it that they have to even if it means release, in their field of water? Emotion, there we go. And what is the point of view or the voice of the soul in their position of spirit? Thank you very much. Oh, my gods and goddesses, I love this deck. Let's have a look. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. So keep in mind, this is all about the divine guidance. But the gods say you need the divine guidance about the Four of Cups, right? The Four of Cups, 3 cups spilled, 1 cup left standing, but behind you so you can't see it. So there may be some guidance here for you to revisit emotions of the word that is written on this card, sorrow. But sorrow is also disappointment, heartbreak, grief. There's a spectrum there, right? But this card can also mean emotional release. So we're going to see what happens, what's sitting there in your position of water for that. But this is about something you desire. So if there is a particular emotional release or something that you want to get over, which tends to be more of a full moon to new moon thing, waning moon, particularly emotional, right? That's why I'm not using the Mythic Tarot for the Divine Masculine here. Those are solar. This is lunar stuff. This is all about the half of the moon cycle. So something about the deeper emotion and the movement of it, loss, letting go, grief, something along those lines. Now, it would have to be about something that you want, that perhaps you lost, that you might not be understanding the guidance that was given either to get you to that point so that you deal with that emotion of loss, or through that point, possibly both. You want to come sit with me, Melky? Come sit with me, sweetheart. Come up to Mama. He scratched up one of my good leather things earlier today. I didn't hit him, I just went, I took off. So he's a little leery of me right now. Come on. Do you want to come sit? Oh, you're still mad at me because you scratched my shit? Okay. Element of Earth. Very interesting card here. What it is that you have that you need to revisit or reevaluate. And you have got the Chariot, right? Interesting. Major Arcana card in this deck called the Amazon. She's got a shield there. It's in the shape of a crescent moon. And it's the newish to waxing moon. So there's something here about building up momentum, channeling both the black horse and the white horse, the yes and the no, the left and the right, the masculine and the feminine, in order to move forward, to take reins and take control. Moving forward, but with personal power. To me, the Chariot is always about your personal power. It's not necessarily dependent upon other people, and that's coming through really clearly for this. And Capricorns, you are slow and steady wins the race. So just because it's the Amazon doesn't mean this needs to be done quickly. It is in the element of earth, so it could be about bringing yourself into that sort of mental emotional balance, understanding that the emotions are being looked at, readdressed. Another good retrograde word. Anything starts with re usually. Reveal, review, that kind of stuff. But definitely the warrior is necessary here. The strength, the courage, the will to power through and move forward, because there is an aspect of divine guidance here. That's really what's going on, but you may not see it amidst the chaos of retrograde. And they just said in the top of my head, remember, chaos is another word for divine order. To us in the game, it looks like chaos and it's out of control, but in truth, there's no such thing as the quantum. It's all fractal. It's all in perfect patterning. But on the inside, you can't see it, right? So what's going on in the element of air here could be helpful. What's going on in the mind? Well, the mind is a little shook like the earthquake, the Five of Pentacles. So considering we've got the Five of Pentacles in the element of air, and we've got this Four of Cups, sorrow, in the position of fire, then we're really looking at some kind of physical change here that really either has or will shake up the mind of my Capricorn brothers and sisters here. Not even if you understand this is all guidance and grace, somehow this is all guidance and grace, remember earthquakes last a very short amount of time. Like, really, I ask people when I read them face to face, how long do you think an earthquake lasts? And they'll say 10 minutes. I'm like, 10 minutes? A 10-minute earthquake would just destroy, I mean, I guess the level on the Richter scale. But usually, yes, you have aftershocks for days and days, but the initial, like, big one, what they call the big one, it's like if it's 10 to 20 seconds, it's a huge, big deal. So much change in such a little amount of time. Well, now imagine that happening in a way that either affects the mind or there is a foundational shakeup of the belief system in the mind, which is perfect for a Mercury retrograde, right? You learn something that changes your entire, if not worldview, granted, that would be major arcana, but definitely something connected to what it is that you want and your ability to Amazon through it instead of soldier through it or chariot your way through it. This could be, and with divine guidance, it's all for your betterment. But at first blush, you're like, this sucks, I hate it, oh my God, make it end, kill me now, right? But if you power through this, you will see it's actually happening for you, not to you. And by the way, that doesn't mean you have to like it. Just because something's happening for you doesn't mean that your personality and your ego are going to go along peacefully, right? They can kick and scream. It's just that it takes much longer, where this really feels like, let me get my light and my shadow together and power through this. Not forcing yourself, but like a Capricorn, you guys are ruled by Saturn. Slow and steady wins the race, clear boundaries on the long haul, right? I love working with Capricorns with projects that have a longer process of maturation. I had a great client the other day, Capricorn. She was a lot of fun. We had a phone read. It was really, really great. I love working with Caps. It's an earth sign thing, right? Earth power. Let's look what's going on here in the emotional field, considering we've got this Four of Cups sorrow here in your element of fire. Yeah, another major arcana card, but the Hermit, right? The wise one, she who rides alone. The Kaliach, the crone, riding above Stonehenge on a gray horse, seeing things from her own unique but higher elevated perspective. You know that when you get away from people, you can see clearer, you can feel clearer. You guys are the mountain goat. That's why you like to go up to the tippy top of the mountain to look down and see it from that higher, yet still grounded, practical, boundaried, safe, sane perspective, right? Where, wow, looking at this, the direction of how the cards are placed, the crone is going towards the divine guidance. That's really cool. So it may be that emotionally you are sort of withdrawing from the world, not talking as much, not sharing as much, because your mind may be shook, being naturally guided within to find solace and healing, perhaps the good healing cry there that you're going to have to soldier through. But remember, nobody else needs to see it. I have a policy. I can let you know what I'm going through. That doesn't mean you get to witness it. If I'm having a bad day in Earth School, I'm doubting the path, I'm doubting my skills, I'm doubting the path of true love and the whole nine, right? Everybody gets that. It's part of the path. Otherwise, you're a true believer all the time. I don't trust that shit, right? No, I'm allowed to doubt. You're allowed to have those shaky, shaky days. I can have those. I just don't put it on blast all over Facebook, you know, or social media. People can know what I'm doing, but they ain't got to work. Let's live stream my temporary nervous breakdown. No. No. What's going on? Oh, brilliant, brilliant card. Your element of spirit, the point of view of the soul. I love this. You got the card of revelation. In this deck celebration, it is the card of judgment. And judgment takes place in what? The book of Revelations. So if you look at the card, I know you probably can't see it if you're looking on a phone. It's women dancing in a circle, looks like in the mountains. But if you look at it a different way, it's revealed that they're standing on the belly of the Great Mother. Pubic bush in the background, breasts in the foreground. Oh, boo, like those 3D pictures, right? Stare at it long enough and something jumps out of you like an optical illusion, two things in one. Well, that's really saying from the position of your soul, by the way, 3 out of 5 major arcana cards here, that something is being revealed and that you will get probably a glimpse of the divine plan, that all of this guidance has not been for naught, but it's not the kind of thing that's going to translate well to other people. It's going to hit you first emotionally, where you sort of, oh my God, all of this is happening for me. A personal revelation that may not be so easily explainable to people who either never have had one or don't understand the twists and turns that you might have had to go through in your life in general, let alone for a Mercury retrograde waxing moon phase. Very interesting element spread. We're just going to get 2 more cards down to give a little bit more elucidation and clarity here. From your higher self and the higher selves of all involved, we're going to get a Whisper of Love Oracle card. So please, a nice deep breath. Still point. The higher selves of all involved, please. 1 card, a Whisper of Love for my Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign brothers and sisters, please. Get a piece of your higher self guidance and grace for them. 3 out of 5 major arcana cards, you have to admit, with divine guidance as that core angelic energy, please, they need to know from their own personal connection to source, higher selves of all involved, what is the whisper of love that you can communicate to this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign, this new moon to full moon next. Mercury retrograde and all. I love this for a retrograde. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to re-evaluate, literally it says re-evaluate what you want, particularly because if what you want has led you to sorrow, maybe you gotta lose it to get it back, but it's allowing you to get back to what you truly love. Hence this sort of introspection emotionally that really leads to revelation from the soul that yes, your mind may be shook. You might be feeling there's no way I can put these pieces back together, but you actually do have the strength to balance your shadow and your light, your masculine, your feminine, your doubting brain and your faithful brain, so to speak, to move forward in this and get back to what you love. I love that. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want, and that's very Mercury retrograde. That's sort of the point, right? Although getting what you want is more element of fire. Maybe you do that when it's Mars retrograde, but I'll take it for this. That works for me. Here, as an earth sign, that's very practical. When the card literally comes out and talks about a reevaluation, that's a retrograde, but particularly a Mercury retrograde. All right, one more, last one. I was going to do it if you're familiar with my channel, a healing mantra card from the Matt Kahn healing mantra deck. Very helpful to have a mantra through a retrograde because it is a thing of the mind, right? But it's a means of communication with the soul. That the more you practice it, it shows willingness and the soul really starts moving in directions according with the mantra. It's not about believing the mantra, it's about doing it. It's about feeling it, not necessarily believing it, right? It's a thing of the heart more than the head, the mantras. Let's get one for you. Breathe. Still point. Oh, my Ascended Masters, that felt beautiful. Please, one card in clarity, a healing mantra, the perfect healing mantra for this Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury sign. Please, for this new moon to full moon next February to March. New moon in Pisces to full moon in Virgo, with Mercury going direct when the moon goes full in Virgo. That's so nuts. Please help them. What is the ultimate healing mantra card for my Capricorn brothers and sisters this new moon to full moon next? Now, one side of the card is the mantra, the other side of the card is the name of the mantra, so I can look it up in the bookie book. Very helpful. Here we go. What'd you get? Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. The light is always within me. The light is always within me. That's so brilliant. Of course it is. It's the light that's always within you. Anchoring the light, considering the earthquake, considering the Four of Cups, the sorrow, the having to soldier through, the light. The name of this card is called Celebration. It is definitely a card of something being revealed, and it's that light that is within you. Oh, this is so good. Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. Not a hard mantra to remember. When you anchor the light, you are accepting the infinite life force of the universe as your guardian, navigator, and companion. What better could you ask? Anytime, let alone a waxing moon with a Mercury retrograde. As you anchor the light, you are no longer a person trying to find the deeper meaning of connection. Instead, you know yourself to be a living expression of connection, simply appearing in human form. In other words, the light that is within you is the light that's within all of life, because it is the light force, it is the divine, and it is from whence your guidance is coming at your core. That's really rather lovely. This mantra is ideal for overcoming fear. I get it, right? That's what you want. There's a fear of loss about what you want, or perhaps you believe you've lost it because of this shaky earthquake thought, or maybe something happened that really took it away from you. So ideal for overcoming fear, reducing cravings when you can't get what you want, but when you try, sometimes you just might find you get what you need. And making important life decisions, which certainly is indicative of going within in the emotional field, tending to your emotions, that something will be revealed to you on the level of spirit through the soul. Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. And nothing like a mantra based in truth to pull you through a time when our illusions are busting left, right, and center, politically, globally, in our personal lives and our collective lives, all so that we grow, heal, and evolve and become the best that we can be. So I'm wishing you the very best and the very best of this new moon to full moon next, Mercury retrograde and all. Please do like and subscribe. Notification bell, make some comments below, and I will do my best to respond. And I always make sure I heart and like everything that I heart and like on YouTube. But until then, really do your best. Be the light. Find that light within you, as I wish you the very best and the very blessed. As I sign off, my Capricorns, my beloved long-term Earth sign brothers and sisters, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.